Anderson. They want the out route. It's a double move. It's sold well. Groves catches it 15-10-5. Touchdown. Fake the out. Went down. Snap. He's blitzed. Throws a jump ball into the end zone. Groves. He caught it. He caught it. Signal a touchdown. The handoff to Anderson. They want the out route. It's a double move. It's sold well. Groves catches it 15-10-5. Touchdown. Fake the out. Went down. Snap. He's blitzed. Throws a jump ball into the end zone. Groves. He caught it. He caught it. Signal a touchdown. The handoff to Anderson. They want the out route. It's a double move. It's sold well. Groves catches it 15-10-5. Touchdown. Fake the out. Went down. Snap. He's blitzed. Throws a jump ball into the end zone. Groves. He caught it. He caught it. Signal a touchdown. The handoff to Anderson. They want the out route. It's a double move. It's sold well. Groves catches it 15-10-5. Touchdown. Fake the out. Went down. Snap. He's blitzed. Throws a jump ball into the end zone. Groves. He caught it. He caught it. Signal a touchdown. The handoff to Anderson. They want the out route. It's a double move. It's sold well. Groves catches it 15-10-5. Touchdown. Fake the out. Went down. Snap. He's blitzed. Throws a jump ball into the end zone. Groves. He caught it. He caught it. Signal a touchdown. The handoff to Anderson. They want the out route. It's a double move. It's sold well. Groves catches it 15-10-5. Touchdown. Fake the out. Went down. Snap. He's blitzed. Throws a jump ball into the end zone. Groves. He caught it. He caught it. Signal a touchdown. The handoff to Anderson. They want the out route. It's a double move. It's sold well. Groves catches it 15-10-5. Touchdown. Fake the out. Went down. Snap. He's blitzed. Throws a jump ball into the end zone. Groves. He caught it. He caught it. Signal a touchdown. The handoff to Anderson. They want the out route. It's a double move. It's sold well. Groves catches it 15-10-5. Touchdown. Fake the out. Went down. Snap. He's blitzed. Throws a jump ball into the end zone. Groves. He caught it. He caught it. Signal a touchdown. The handoff to Anderson. They want the out route. It's a double move. It's sold well. Groves catches it 15-10-5. Touchdown. Fake the out. Went down. Good evening and welcome inside historic EA Diddle Arena, where courtside at John Oldham Court, we're ready to bring you Lady Cat basketball live from the 4th Region Tournament. I'm Tyler Eaton, very happy to be joined once again by my partner last year, and somehow off his audition on the radio, that managed to hook him a head coaching job for the girls over at FCA, getting set to join Franklin-Simpson's 13th District next year. Tavius Babb back with me to my right. TB, you've seen these Lady Cats in person. The 13th District champions, 21-7 overall on the year. They won a perfect 6-0 in the regular season in district play. They won both their games, obviously, in the district tournament as well. Barron County tabbed by most as the favorites in this region on the girls' side, but every single person that says that in the same breath says, but I'm worried about those Franklin-Simpson Lady Cats.
Yeah, because these Franklin-Simpson Lady Cats, they have a couple of game changers that when they are hitting an arm, like we saw in the 13th District, they can just catch fire, and it's really tough to beat this team when they're shooting lights out from three. Allie
Pennington coming off of a fantastic tournament at Logan County, making 10 three-pointers across the 2 wins. The Lady Cats finishing off a three-peat as District 13 tournament champions with a 63-42 win over Logan County Thursday. Between their 2 games against Logan County and Todd County Central, Lady Cats with a plus 72 margin over the course of that 13th District tournament. Of course, the Lady Cats also the reigning region champs, coming off their first title since 2009, which was the second half of a back-to-back between 2008 and 2009. Tonight, the task, the Greenwood Lady Gators in the opening round of this 4th Region tournament. Greenwood 15-16 overall on the season. They punched their ticket to tonight's game with a 58-40 win over South Warren on Monday before falling 64-36 to Bowling Green in the 14th District Championship game on Thursday. The Lady Cats have not been touchable in the first round of the 4th Region tournament under head coach Ashley Taylor. This their 5th trip in 6 years. They are 4-0 TB in opening round games, 3 straight by 18 plus since they beat Glasgow the first go around 43-41. But the big story this year for a team that won the region last year, the only returner that played in all 3 of those games, Chloe Smith. A lot of players that played sparingly in that tournament. We've got a few, Carmen Phillips, Mila Rigsby, Kinsey Taylor, who are playing in their 3rd appearance tonight. Madeline Dean will be playing in her 2nd region tournament game. For the rest of the squad, including those stars, Allie Pennington and Tiff Harrigan, this is the first game on this floor.
Yeah, and it's just another level up, right, in competition and the stakes, right? This is winner going home. Some of these girls haven't really been under that kind of pressure, and so you hope to see everybody come out to compete, but having somebody like a Chloe Smith who, give her credit, in those games last year, came up big in a few of those games, really came to shine and help out Larisha Cawthorn a few years ago. Having her on this team, and then, of course, the seasoned veteran Coach Taylor, I think it will repeat themselves in another good, hard-fought win of just being prepared and laying it on Greenwood.
Chloe Smith in the championship game last year against Metcalfe County, a career-high 21 points to lead the Lady Cats to the Sweet 16. The road to Rupp begins tonight here inside Diddle Arena. Franklin-Simpson taking on Greenwood for the 6th time under head coach Ashley Taylor. The Lady Cats with 4 straight wins in this series since losing 68-65 in 2022. They've played already this year, Franklin-Simpson winning that matchup 74-47. Those 74 points were a season high for Franklin-Simpson until they put up 80 against Todd County Central in the opening round of the 13th District tournament. The winner of this game will take on either Cumberland County or Allen County Scottsville Friday at 8 o'clock. That game, Cumberland and ACS, happening in the 2nd game here tonight. And for those wondering, the boys, if you didn't see it, will open up the 4th Region tournament tomorrow night at 6:30 in a game against Warren Central. That's the Dragons team that is tabbed as the favorites coming out of the 14th District to win this region. National anthem is on the way, so we'll step away. When we come back, we'll get a closer look at this Greenwood team and get you set for tip-off at the 4th Region tournament here on 92.3 WFKN.
Franklin, we keep things moving. From the work trucks to the family vans, we all need a pit stop now and then. At Grease Monkey of Franklin, we make oil changes fast, friendly, and reliable for personal vehicles and entire fleets. Whether you are headed out on a road trip or making deliveries across the county, our certified technicians will keep your engine running clean and strong. We treat every car like it's our own. Our goal is simple: get you in, out, and back on the road with confidence. Fleet service? No problem. We work with local businesses to keep their teams moving without the downtime. And right now, mention FS Channel 9 and get 9% off your full synthetic oil change. Grease Monkey Franklin, home time service that is done right, done fast, and built for the road ahead. Visit us at Grease Monkey across from Walmart and Nashville Road, Franklin, Kentucky.
Wildcat fans, my name is Kevin Gilbert, your Simpson County corner. It has been an honor to serve you for the last 4 years as your corner. I'm a dedicated husband, father, and pop-pop. It'll be an honor to serve you for another term, and I humbly ask you for your vote on May 19th. Go Wildcats, go Lady Cats.
Back with you here inside Diddle Arena on the campus of Western Kentucky University. We're tonight in the opening round of the girls' 4th region basketball tournament. It's your Franklin-Simpson Lady Cats taking on the Lady Gators of Greenwood. Tyler Eaton and TB Tavius Babb with you here tonight. Lady Gators coming in, as we mentioned, at 15-16 overall on the season, led in scoring on the year by 5'5" sophomore Molly Spidell, who has really shot out of a cannon since the first matchup between these two teams. Came into that game as the second leading scorer for these Lady Gators, had 16 points with a couple of three-pointers in that game, has gone on to, over the course of the year, score in double figures 23 times, including 4 performances of at least 20, and she's coming off of her best performance of the season to get Greenwood to this game. The Lady Gators beat South Warren 58-40 in the opening round of the 14th District Tournament. In that game, 35 of the 58 points coming from Molly Spidell. She's also their second leading rebounder at 6.8 per season, has 5 double-doubles on the year. She's their most efficient player from the floor, their most efficient player from the free throw line, and she pairs in the backcourt with 5-foot freshman Ansley Hendricks, averaging just under 15 points per game on the year. She is their three-point threat, 37% from outside. She's top 50 in the state in three-pointers made per game at just under 2.5. She's been in double figures, a team high 25 times, was their leading scorer coming into that Franklin-Simpson game. For her own part, has scored at least 24 times, but the Lady Cats limited everything that she tried to do the first time around between these two teams at Greenwood High School. Just 7 points on 2 for 15 shooting and 1 for 9 three-point shooting for Ansley Hendricks in that game. She's made at least 3 three-pointers 11 times this year, and TB, this is one of those games. Franklin-Simpson is very heavily the favorite on paper. You know the Lady Gators are going to look to pour it in from 2 places tonight, the three-point line and the free throw line, and this is a team much more geared to do it from outside.
Yeah, for sure, and I think the biggest thing to look at for this Greenwood team is that when you come here and play at Western, they have that second and third line from the three-point line, and that's what usually trips up teams. We know Franklin been in these moments times and times again over the last 3 years, but Greenwood haven't been here too often. You hope that for them, it doesn't affect them, that you have Ansley Hendricks, like you said, come in like a top 50 player from the three, make her threes, and both her and Spidell both just raining on the free throw line to at least keep up with the scoring that this Franklin-Simpson team can really pour it on.
Ava Morrison, really their only threat down low, a 5'8" senior, their leading rebounder at 7 per game, has 5 double-doubles on the year, had 7 points, 7 rebounds against Franklin-Simpson. A 74-47 win for the Lady Cats on January 26th. Allie Pennington led with 25 for the Lady Cats, going 6 for 11 from three-point range. She's averaging 21 points per game on the year. That's 24th in the state of Kentucky, shooting 46% from the field and 47% from three. She's made 113 triples on the year. That is the most that we have on record at Franklin-Simpson, boys or girls, that I've been able to track down, leading the state in total three-pointers made. And the most impressive part about it, TB, is it's not just the makes. The 47% is also number one out of everybody on that qualified leaderboard.
Yeah, it's the efficiency, right? To be able to shoot that many threes and make that many threes is what makes somebody so much valuable. I mean, we've seen players be able to make a lot of threes, but they shoot in the low 30s, maybe 35. But to have somebody near 50% from three is just incredible. You don't even see it in the NBA.
This will be the 14th appearance of the season for Tiffany Harrigan, the 5'5 senior transferring in from Hillsborough High School in Tennessee. She's been in double figures in 11 of those 13 games. The Lady Cats have won 11 of those 13 games. With her in the lineup, they're averaging 62.4 points, allowing just 39.8. Both of those would be in the top 20 in the state, and the overall margin at plus 22.6 would rank 5th in the state of Kentucky. Second in the region behind just Barron County. She's averaging 16 points, 4 rebounds per game, and scored a team-high 24 in the district championship win against Logan County. Her second most points on the year, just short of the 25 she had in her debut against Russellville. Chloe Smith had 10 points in the opening game of the district tournament, just 7 points against Logan County, but only took 5 shots in that game. Chloe averaging 13 points and a team-high 6 rebounds per game on the season for a Lady Cat team that ranks top 50 the entire span of the year, not just with Tiff Harrigan. In defense, 44th at 43 points allowed per game. Field goal percentage, they're 26th at 43% from the floor. Shooting it at 35% from three. That's 11th in the state. After last year, they only made at least 5 three-pointers 3 times all season long. And the big thing with Tiff, they've jumped up to 15 in the state at 73% at the free throw line. She's the state's second best free throw shooter at 91%. Teams are being introduced here at WKU, so let's meet them as well. First for the Lady Gators of Greenwood, 15-16 overall on the season. They went 4-2 within the 14th district. Under third-year head coach Terrence Williams, he's 40-51 overall, 25-29 against Region 4 competition. And as you can tell right now, the Lady Gators starting lineup is being introduced. You hear that crowd directly behind us. The Lady Cat faithful filled out to our opposite side here inside Diddle Arena. We talked about Hendricks and we talked about Spidell, those two key members of the backcourt for Greenwood, joined by 5'4 junior Molly Tandy, averaging 6.6 points, 2.6 rebounds per game. She had 6 points against Franklin-Simpson in the first matchup between these two teams. And rounding out the backcourt is 5'6 junior Abby Buser. She wears number 20, averaging 2.7 points and 3 rebounds per game on the year. The lone forward that we mentioned, 5'8 senior number 21, Ava Morrison, averaging 7.5 points and 7 rebounds. The Lady Gators score 54 per game, allowing 52.6. They are 0-3 against Franklin-Simpson under head coach Terrence Williams. On the other side for the Lady Cats, 21-7 on the year, undefeated in the 13th district under 6th-year head coach Ashley Taylor. Now plus 100 for her career. 134 up, just 34 down, and seeking her 100th win against the 4th region opponent. She's 99-21 entering tonight. Chloe Smith, the 6-foot senior, joined in the front court by 5'10 senior Reese Myler, averaging 2.5 points per game on the season. Another one of the 4 seniors in this starting lineup is 5'5 senior Mackenzie Taylor, averaging 3.1 points per game. She had 5 against Greenwood in the first matchup. And then the best backcourt duo this region has to offer, 5'5 senior Tiff Harrigan and 5'6 junior AP Allie Pennington, rounds out the 5 for Franklin-Simpson. The Lady Gators in base black unis with the white or the yellow and green script. Franklin-Simpson and the base white uniforms, blue numbers and lettering outlined in gray. Smith will go for the tip against Morrison. The whistle blows. Ball is thrown up. Lady Cats win it, and we're underway inside Diddle Arena. Harrigan drives right in. Runner misses long, contesting to get it back and can't. Greenwood clears.
And we're going to see how this pressure, this man-to-man defense that Franklin loves to run, if they play those passing lanes and get a lot of steals in this game.
Morrison up top, goes down low on the block. Spidell works around Pennington, pushed it long, and here comes Harrigan the other way. Tiff down the right wing, stops, goes outside. Pennington, top of the key tray. Got it!
And just like that, we see the three-point display of Allie Pennington right on the black line like it didn't mean nothing.
You said some players have to worry about those 3 different three-point lines. For AP, that's no problem because she doesn't care where the three-point line is. She's wondering if she's past half court.
Exactly.
Ball on the right wing with Franklin-Simpson leading 3-0, 7:10 left in the opening quarter. Tandy comes to get it, guarded by Taylor. Screen set by Morrison. Tandy all the way to the left block, now kicks it out. Spidell, she lost it, and Pennington's up with the steal. AP down the left wing, stops, crosses at the IGA logo, now sends it over to Taylor. Down low, Smith against Morrison, rifles it, Pennington drives, kicks it, Harrigan, free run on the baseline, but traveled on the takeoff. Missed the layup anyways, but it goes back to Greenwood. The Franklin-Simpson lead still 3-0.
Yeah, and these girls play fast. They move the ball really well. I mean, that was a wide open lane for Tiffany Harrigan. All started with an entry pass to Chloe Smith. And if this team can move the ball like that, they're going to get a lot of open looks.
This first quarter brought to you by Clark CPA and Advisory Group. Former FS Wildcat Tanner Clark and his team bring you the best in accounting and tax services, as well as payroll and bookkeeping. Tanner invites you to pay him a visit at 927 Brookhaven Road in Franklin, or call 270-586-9899. You can also find out more at clarkcpagroup.net. Spidell wrapping to get it on the right elbow, guarded by Pennington. That's the matchup to watch in this one. Hands it off, and it's stolen away. AP got in the way of the pass to Tandy. 3-on-2 for FS. Harrigan, left baseline, jumper, rattles off. Smith couldn't control it, now claims it on the baseline, but was on that line. And as she steps out, it goes back to Greenwood. Lady Cats still leading 3-0 with 6:19 left to go in the first quarter.
And, even with missed shots, it goes back to the physicality of these Lady Cats. I mean, Greenwood tried to run a DHO, and then the physicality bumped the ball out of play, and it was a quick, easy steal.
Ball on the elbow again. They try to go back to that handoff. Nothing going. Now it goes outside. Spidell for 3, and she buries it.
And that's what the Lady Gators need. They need to make these open shots to keep up with the production that Franklin can bring on.
Spidell, a 30% three-point shooter on the season. Made 2 against the Lady Cats at the Swamp, and we're tied up at 3. Myler at the free throw line. Bounces it to Smith on the opposite block, working on that left side. Fades, misses, and it's rebounded by Spidell.
And early on, no offensive rebounds by the Lady Cats. Usually Chloe Smith is really battling the boards, but they're sending everybody to the paint.
Left baseline mid-range jumper, misses long for Buser, and it's rebounded by Harrigan. She wants to run. Again, it's a numbers game for FS. Myler on the right block, can't muscle through, left the layup short. And here comes Greenwood the other way. Here might be the first touch for Ansley Hendricks down the right side. She'll pull from the mid-range, airmail it, but it lands on the left block with Buser, and she's fouled on a layup try. 2 free throws on the way.
And that's what it is. It's the rebounding of Greenwood that, I mean, they're not allowing Franklin to get those extra possessions on the offensive end.
Greenwood averaging 27 rebounds per game. They're 8-4 on the season when they get at least 30. Lady Cats at 26 per game. They've only had at least 35 times, but they've won all 5 as the first free throw falls through for Buser. And Greenwood has a 4-3 lead with 5:15 left in the first as Myler checks out, and Mila Rigsby comes in for the first time for Franklin-Simpson, the senior averaging 2.6 points per game on the year. Second free throw bounces through, and it's 5-3 Greenwood.
And Greenwood back in there. It looks like a 1-2-2, just trying to prevent anything in the middle.
It's a 1-2-2 or the most extended 3-2 zone I think I've ever seen. Pennington tries to shoot it down. That one rattles off from the right wing. Rigsby tries to get in to get the rebound, but deflects it to Morrison.
And that's what that zone does. It forces you to either take corner or long threes, and I think that's kind of Greenwood's strategy right now.
Smith deflects a pass up top, but it's chased down on the right side by Tandy, being hounded by Harrigan. Now to Hendricks, deep right wing, and she'll set up the offense. Hendricks, just a freshman, averaging nearly 15 points per game. Gives it to Morrison at the free throw line, waiting for somebody to wrap and get it. Now shovels it back to Hendricks against Pennington. Releases back on the wing, left-handed dribble. Crosses over, can't get away. Kicks it outside, three-pointer from the top of the key. Swished home, it's Molly Tandy.
And that was all created by Hendricks, just lulling the defense asleep to where Molly Tandy could get an open three. And again, the three-point shot is falling on for Greenwood.
And they're not scared of shooting them way off that line. 8-3 Greenwood halfway through the first quarter. Pennington gets a screen up top from Smith. Now to Harrigan. Dumps it off to Chloe. Working against Morris and banks it in from 6 feet.
and that's what Franklin's going to have to do. Get it in the middle in this 1-2-2 and force Greenwood to get out of that zone.
When the Lady Cats fell shockingly to Bowling Green in the semifinals back in 2024 in this region tournament, it's because they fell in love with the three ball. Took about 60% of their shots from outside. As Hendricks drives, stops on the left block. Her jumper misses short. Tipped out. Who touched it last? Franklin did. And it stays with the Lady Gators with 3:33 left in the first as Tandy checks out after making the triple, and 5'3" senior Lily Clark checks in, averaging 4.5 points per game on the year. Taylor out for Franklin-Simpson. Myler comes right back in. Right wing three misses long. Rebound knocked out. Last touch by the Lady Cats. And it'll stay with Greenwood.
And against the rebounding right now, even though they didn't secure the rebounding, the boxing out is allowing Greenwood to get multiple cracks at the basket. If you're Franklin, you got to box out.
It was actually Buser that came out for Greenwood. Tandy was the one that fired that one up. She's a 30% shooter on the year from deep. Has not been shy so far tonight. Morrison holds it up top, 8-5 Greenwood, 3:15 left in the first. Smith deflects a pass down low, Rigsby up with it to Pennington. AP hesitates, drives right side, kicks it out. Harrigan, deep two. All the way around and out. Rebounded by Clark.
And Chloe Smith just always been excellent in playing the passing lanes.
Hendricks fires up a wild one from 10 feet, missed it long, and Harrigan tips it to AP. Pennington with 3, Chloe Smith with 2. Rigsby, extra pass to Harrigan on the left block, but her layup swatted out by Morrison.
And right now, the interior defense of the Greenwood Gators, I mean, they are playing really stout inside and not allowing much anything getting down there, and at least uncontested.
Buser comes back in for Greenwood. Spidell will get a breather. Taylor back in for FS. Lady Cats back to the starting 5 out there with Myler and Smith in the front court. Harrigan, AP, and Taylor in the backcourt. Pennington flares off a screen, right wing. Fires a 3 right in the face of Buser. Left it short. And skying through to get the rebound is Lily Clark for Greenwood. FS has taken that three-point dare that you alluded to earlier, TB, and so far just one make from out there. Clean look from the left wing for Greenwood. That one missed short by Buser. And Franklin-Simpson will bring it the other way with 2:15 left in the first quarter with only 5 points on the board.
And I wonder what adjustments Franklin will make in this. I mean, they've kind of switched back between a 2-3 and a 1-2-2.
Pennington wide open in the left corner, hesitates, steps back, fires, hits! Second triple for AP. Her adjustment was just to take a couple dribbles before shooting, and we're tied up at 8 under 2 minutes left to go in the first quarter. On the elbow, Morrison kicks it out into the right corner, drop for a moment, but recovered by Tandy. To Morrison, tries a no-look pass, but nobody was there, but it ends up with Buser. Left side, Hendricks. Myler steps back and leaves her open. Hendricks can't make her pay. Fortunate break for FS, and here comes Pennington. Up ahead, Taylor on the right wing, stops, sends it back to Pennington. AP off a screen from Smith. Heat check from the top. She's hot.
And Franklin-Simpson, specifically Ali Pennington, when she gets a screen, you have to have somebody go either over top the screen or a hard double. If she has that kind of space, she's shooting it, and she's making it at least 47% of the time.
Already the 18th time this year she's made at least 3 3-pointers, and just like that, the Lady Cats lead it 11-8. Right side, the three-point answer comes, and again it's Tandy. Tandy on the season averaging 6.6 points per game. She's already got 6 here tonight as the Lady Cats take a quick timeout. We'll stay here with 59.2 left in this first quarter. It was 8-3 Greenwood. The Lady Cats answer with an 8-0 run of their own. Then the Lady Gators get the response from 3. Pennington has 9 of the 11 points for Franklin-Simpson so far, TB, and it's because she is the one capable of shooting down that zone. So now I pitch it to your coaching brain. How do they find a way to attack this extended 1-2-2 or 2, all the different zones they're mixing? How do they find a way to attack it inside?
I mean, I think the biggest thing is you keep on running that high pick and roll with Chloe Smith, and on that roll, if you have a hard double, obviously if they play under the screen, if you're out of Pennington, you're shooting the ball every time.
Yep.
But if they do come up, you dish it right to the middle, then let Chloe Smith go to work. Either looking to the corners for an open shot, driving to the basket like she did early in the game. But they just have to continuously attack that point man up at the top of the 1-2-2 to create something on the inside.
Right now it's Clark up there, the senior for Greenwood, one of just 2 on the roster with Morrison. Pennington has it on the left wing, left corner. Madeline Dean in for the first time for FS, averaging 3 points per game. Pennington holds it up top with 40 seconds left to go in this first half. Pass deflected, goes back to Pennington. AP flings it to Dean, steps into a left side baseline jumper, missed long. Smith tips the rebound out, and it goes to Greenwood with 32 seconds left to go in the quarter. That was a good look for Madeline, just couldn't convert it.
And right now, it's the hustle points that Greenwood is winning at right now. They're getting all the closeouts. They're boxing out. They're hitting all the loose balls. And eventually, that's going to start wearing down Franklin to where they're going to have to match that energy.
Like you said, still no offensive rebounds for the Lady Cats. And Greenwood wants a timeout with 19.3 seconds left to go in this first quarter. Coach Williams was jumping up and down for it and couldn't get it until finally Ansley Hendricks motioned the official to look over and get him the timeout. Hendricks scoreless so far. It's been Molly Tandy with a couple of threes. Also a triple from Spidell. So a Lady Gator team that's making 5.7 per game on the season, already with 3 triples in this first quarter. We've only had 1 2-pointer total from Chloe Smith. Neither team, TB, seems to be too phased by those extended 3-point lines.
No, not at all. And I think the focus is right now to not let anything get down easy. I mean, Franklin's doing a great job on Ansley. I mean, all the attention's on her, but you can't do everything and let these open shooters, Molly Tandy, go away and shoot from 3.
Lily Paget in, the sophomore for the first time for Greenwood. She'll be the inbounder, guarded by Harley Crafton, the freshman for FS, averaging 2 points per game. Inbound comes into the right corner to Clark, stuck with it there. Now gives it to Morrison, defended by Smith in the corner. Trying to spring free is Spidell. Pennington all over her. Now it goes up top to Clark. 7 seconds left in the quarter. Clark puts it on the floor, splits through 2 defenders and banks it in. And Greenwood will take a 2-point lead into the second quarter. The Lady Gators jumped out to an 8-3 lead. Franklin-Simpson rallied with 8 straight, but the Lady Gators closing out with 5 more of their own. 13-11. Greenwood leads it after 1 here at the girls' 4th region basketball tournament on 92.3 WFKN.
My favorite thing about working here is getting to serve the community and help people with their electric and their fiber internet.
We're local, so we live and work right here in Franklin, so taking care of our neighbors isn't just business, it's personal. Fiber means faster, more reliable internet for work, school, and entertainment without lag or buffering.
It's more than power and fiber, it's about peace of mind.
We're not just an electric company, we're neighbors.
We've been with Franklin Bank since '92 because we trust it.
Franklin was a great fit to help build a team and a culture that just kind of resonated with both of us.
They took a chance on us.
It's not a banking relationship, it's a personal relationship.
That's the most important thing to me about doing business with a bank is to have trust and faith in the people you're dealing with. And the people at Franklin Bank do every bit that needs to be done to give me that feeling.
Second quarter getting underway inside Diddle Arena. Lady Cats trailing 13-11 to the runners-up out of the 14th District, Greenwood. It's their ball as well as we get the quarter underway. Ansley Hendricks drives in from the left wing, cut off by Tiffany Harrigan. Tiff knocked it away from her, but Hendricks picked it back up, tried a jumper, missed it short, got it back, missed that one long, and Harley Crafton clears it for Franklin-Simpson. Up top, Pennington fakes from the top. Now wraps over to the right side and gives it off to Rigsby. Still trying to navigate this zone for Greenwood. It goes to Harrigan at the free throw line. Baseline, Crafton, wide open jumper, and that's the way to navigate it.
And again, that's what it is, getting the ball to the high post and the free throw line and letting them go to work there. Greenwood, a lot of attention to Allie Pennington at the top of the key.
She's got 9 already for FS. 6 leads the way for Greenwood from Tandy. She'll fire one just inside the three-point arc, missed it long, but an offensive rebound from Clark keeps it alive. She'll try an open mid-range jumper, and it dies off the back of the rim and falls through for Lily Clark.
And already 2 offensive rebounds for the Lady Gators. Again, they are really fighting on the boards, and right there, that second chance opportunity is what's going to keep them in this game.
15-13 Greenwood, 6:40 left before halftime. Harrigan drives, Euros through 2 defenders, missed it long, and it's rebounded by Morrison. Harrigan averaging 16 points per game in 13 appearances. She's scoreless so far tonight has had a couple rattle off, and that was a clean look that she couldn't convert. Smith deflects a pass. Here comes Pennington. Rifles it up to Harrigan on the right block, and there's her first bucket.
And that was a beautiful dish right there by AP. I mean, fingertips away from the ball was the Lady Gators.
So we're tied up at 15 apiece. Lady Cats went 3 for 5 from 3 in that first quarter. Greenwood 3 for 6. Just 1 for 8 inside the arc, though, was Franklin-Simpson. They've already made a couple of twos here in this quarter as Clark hits a fadeaway down low against Pennington. She's got all 4 for Greenwood in the quarter, and the Lady Gators lead at 17-15, 5:50 left to go in the second.
And a tough shot that was as well.
Harrigan slides through again from the free throw line, scores again, this time on the runner. And if they're going to let her catch like that at the free throw line and nobody can condense down low, she's going to have free rim runs.
She is, and I wonder what the Lady Gators are going to do this possession. It seems like they've gone away from wherever Tiffany is. The ball's on the opposite side of the court.
Rigsby rebounds the miss down low from Hendricks, then throws it right to Ansley Hendricks. She fires from the free throw line in transition. Well defended by Harrigan to force the miss. Rebounded by Mila, and here comes Pennington. AP up to 116 triples now on the season. Harrigan drives from the right corner, stops, pops from 12, rattles home. 6 straight now for Harrigan, and it's 19-17 FS, 5 minutes left in the half.
And that's just a tough shot. I mean, that was over 2 defenders, and the way she can elevate in her jump shot just gives her a clear advantage.
I guess she just needed me to mention that she hadn't scored. Jump ball called at the elbow, and the arrow will send it to Franklin-Simpson. Lady Cats get it back now up 19-17 with 4:53 left to go in the second quarter.
And right now the entry passes for the Lady Gators have been an issue in this quarter. Turned the ball over a couple of times, just trying to get it down to the post.
Had 3 turnovers in that first quarter, just 1 for Franklin-Simpson. Just picked up another on the pass from Rigsby. She checks out, Mackenzie Taylor back in, so the starting 5 out there for the Lady Cats. Taylor has it on the right wing, now gives it to Smith on the baseline. Chloe outside. Pennington thought about a deep 3, but instead holds on to it. Myler flashing down low. AP gets it to her. Myler up, under, and in.
Just real great post work. Patience by Myler. I mean, that was as picture perfect as you can call it.
And a great job by Reese to flash those hands on the cut. Good enough to get our first picture perfect of the night. Right side, 3-pointer misses off the front of the rim. Rebounded by Taylor. Lady Cats up by 4 and running. Pennington on the left wing. Hesitates, drives, shovels it to Harrigan. Cross court. Myler down low. Smith. One bounce, fakes left, goes back right, pushed long. Harrigan fighting for it. And we'll have a jump ball called as she was trying to get it from Hendricks. Arrow will leave it to Greenwood with 3:54 left in the second quarter.
And I will tell you, that was amazing defense by Ava Morrison down low. She is really taking it to anybody in the post down there. And, you know, Greenwood faithful probably didn't appreciate that jump ball call.
We'll take the jump ball call on our end. Was certainly a fortunate one. Chloe Smith just 2 points so far, and the Lady Cats have yet to take a free throw. Hendricks, nice bounce pass down low to Morrison, who finishes on the left block.
And again, Hendricks not doing much of scoring, but her facilitating, her gravity right now has really caused a lot of opportunities for the Lady Gators.
21-19 now FS, 3:30 left to go in the second quarter. Pennington near half court, gets a screen from Crafton, beats her defender behind the back dribble, now goes back outside to Harley. Drives, runner from the right elbow, swished home.
And see, that's the difference. That's the pick your poison kind of thing, because they made the adjustment jumping the screens, but when you jump the screens, you leave that other person wide open.
Harley had her career high of 6 points against the Lady Gators back in January. It's now 23-19 FS, 3 minutes left to go before halftime. Molly Tandy up top, works off a screen. Her shot blocked at the elbow by Smith. Chloe has the rebound as well. Lost it, though, through 2 defenders, and Hendricks is up with it for Greenwood. They are letting these teams play.
Yeah, let them be physical, and I mean, if you call it both ways, then let them play, but right now the Lady Gators really letting that work to their favor.
Tandy has it on the right side, now gives it up to Morrison. On the handoff, right back to Tandy. Steps behind the screen, now gives it into the right corner. Buser down low. Smith picks off the pass to Spidell.
And again, Chloe Smith in those passing lanes, she is really deadly. Watch AP to shoot a long 3.
6 feet off the top of the key and down. Welcome to Diddle Arena, Allie Pennington. Greenwood takes the timeout. 26-19, Franklin-Simpson leads with 2:17 left before halftime at the 4th Region Girls Basketball Tournament here on 92.3 WFKN.
Hello, Wildcat fans. My name is Kevin Gilbert, your Simpson County corner. It has been an honor to serve you for the last 4 years as your corner. I'm a dedicated husband, father, and pop-pop. It'll be an honor to serve you for another term, and I humbly ask you for your vote on May 19th. Go Wildcats, go Lady Cats.
Accidents happen in a split second, but the repair doesn't have to be a headache. At Eaton Collision in Franklin, we bring your car back to life with expert repairs and a flawless finish. We'll work directly with your insurance company to make the process quick, easy, and hassle-free for you. From dents to major damage, trust Eaton Collision to get you back on the road fast.
Greenwood ball out of a full timeout from the Lady Gators, who now trail Franklin-Simpson 26-19. Lady Cats outscoring them 15-6 in this second quarter with 2 minutes left before halftime. Molly Tandy holds it deep on the right wing. Harley Crafton knocks it out of bounds into the waiting hands of Coach Ashley Taylor. Looking to move to 5-0 in the opening round of this 4th Region tournament. Up top, the inbound comes into Spidell. Down low, Morrison against Reese Myler. Fouled as she spins for a right block try and will go to the line for 2 free throws.
And right there, all that was pure strength right there for Ava Morrison, getting in positioning, turning around, and letting it fire. Franklin-Simpson turned right out of the gate, got into a full court man press, and as she hits that first free throw, thought that we were going to get a walking call or travel call.
Right now, no Chloe Smith out there for Franklin-Simpson, so we'll see if the Lady Gators try to go to that matchup with Morrison against Myler, who has been great defensively this year for FS and rebounds the missed second free throw as it's 26-20 with 152 left in this first half. Pennington now with 12 and 4 triples. She drives right, pulls again from the wing. That one misses long. Rebound tipped out. AP motioning that it's FS ball, and it is. And with that, Chloe Smith is going to come right back in alongside Madeline Dean as Crafton and Myler come out with 1:44 left to go in the half.
And you know, on that long three, I mean, you could see AP just sizing it up, her eyes straight to the rim, and I mean, you're going to have to play these girls close.
Smith gets the inbound from Dean, misses from 6 feet, and the rebound is batted out to Hendricks for Greenwood. Ansley Hendricks still scoreless, but a couple of assists so far. Slices through 2 defenders and lost it off her foot on the way to the rim. And it goes back to Franklin-Simpson with 1:31 to work with.
And again, it's just the help defense by Chloe Smith. I mean, she got through 2 defenders, and Chloe right there just to get her off her mark just a little bit.
Pennington walks it across half court. Lily Clark waiting for her there at the top of this zone defense. How often do you see a zone extend out that far? Smith at the free throw line through 3 defenders, fouled on the floor. First foul against Greenwood, I think, TB, all game. With 1:16 left to go in this opening quarter. Yeah, that's literally their first foul.
Yeah, yep, that's their first foul.
Or in this opening half. So it took until 1:16 left in the first half to get the foul on Tandy. Right corner off the inbound. Rigsby wide open and makes them pay.
And that's the one thing you got to do if you're Greenwood. You can't allow them to go off and open threes. You got to contest everything.
Already 5 triples now for Franklin-Simpson. Ball thrown away up top. Harrigan has it. It's a foot race. She's going to win it, but she missed the layup short. And then a foul called on Franklin-Simpson on the rebound. That's the second open layup that Harrigan has missed tonight, and immediately Rigsby grabs her. And is in her ear walking back defensively. As Myler will come back in. Dean out with 56 seconds left to go in this opening half. Franklin-Simpson leading 29-20. They left a few on the board with those layups.
And that'll be a mark in this quarter if Greenwood goes on a small little run. It could have been an 11-point game.
Ball goes trying to go down low. Myler deflects it, and then she's barreled by Clark, who made the pass. So it'll go to Franklin-Simpson with 47 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Reese deflected that with her leg. I don't think it was intentional, so they didn't call it. I think it was just thrown directly into her leg. as the Lady Cats will take a timeout with 47 seconds left to go in this opening half. It's a full, but we'll stay here since we just took one. 29-20, Lady Cats leading it over Greenwood.
Well, we're right here. We're in town. If somebody has an issue, we're there either that day or the very next day. So we're able to get to it quick and fix whatever issues anybody has.
Better speeds. I feel like it's a lot more reliable. With other services, you might get interference during like the weather or something, and you might lose service and have to wait for it to dry out again or something like that. But with fiber, you won't ever have that issue just because it is glass, so you can't really, weather's not really going to affect it much unless like a tree tears it down or something. We provide the city and the county, so within city limits, and then most areas that Warren provides electric service to out in the county.
Collins on the WKU women's basketball staff. At the second game, Allen County, Scottsville, and Cumberland County tonight. The winner of that one playing the Lady Cats Friday at 8 o'clock. Avery Morris, the star for ACS, now an offer from WKU on the table as we get back underway. Pennington off a screen, right corner, catches, fires, swishes, 5 trays for AP.
And that's just a quick hitter, a little up screen to set AP free, and you cannot lose her on those screens.
I think that timeout was pretty intentional.
It was pretty intentional, yes.
32-20 FS, 20 seconds left to go in the half. Morrison on the elbow, cross court to Hendricks. Rigsby all over her in the left corner, drives baseline, picks up her dribble, needs an option, 12 seconds left in the half, dumps it off down low. Morrison blocked by Smith, but they get a foul on Chloe with 9.3 left to go as Morrison will go to the line for 2 more. She has taken the game's this quarter's only 2 free throws. Abby Buser had 2 in the first quarter. Morrison split her first 2, and we'll have 2 more here with 9.3 on the clock and make the first.
And if you're the Lady Gators, you cannot allow Franklin-Simpson to get an open shot in the last 9 seconds of the quarter. I mean, that will be a complete momentum killer.
I think you got to do everything in your power to keep Allie Pennington from touching the basketball.
I think so as well. I wouldn't be surprised in the second half if they go to a box and chase or something to that effect.
Morrison makes both. It's 32-22, and Pennington will bring it up. Flings it over to Harrigan on the left wing. Tries a bounce pass. It's deflected and stolen. Hendricks has it with 1 left. Fires at the horn. Nearly hits from 35 feet. But that will bring the first half to a close. It was 13-11 to Greenwood after 1. Franklin-Simpson outscores the Lady Gators 21-9 in the second quarter to take a 32-22 lead into the halftime break. We'll take a break as well. When we come back, we'll get you all the numbers from this opening half, as well as some reminders for what's coming up the rest of the week for Franklin-Simpson, both the boys and the girls, here at the 4th Region Tournament. Lady Cats leading at 32-22 at halftime on the girls' side of the 4th Region Tourney inside Diddle Arena here on 92.3 WFKN.
Get ready for high-flying choreography, powerful music, and a story that hits like an action movie on stage. Newsies takes you to 1899 New York City and brings to life the true story of the Newsboys strike. Follow Jack Kelly and a fearless group of young newsboys as they stand up to powerful newspaper tycoons and fight for what's right. With explosive dance numbers, unforgettable songs like Seize the Day, and a story full of grit, humor, and heart, this is more than just a musical, it's an experience. You'll laugh, you'll cheer, and you might even leave inspired. Don't miss your chance to see the energy, the passion, and the power of Newsies live at Franklin-Simpson High School Performing Arts Center, March 20th through 22nd. Purchase your tickets at fshsmusical.ludus.com. Seize the day and get your tickets now.
Franklin, we keep things moving. From the work trucks to the family vans, we all need a pit stop now and then. At Grease Monkey of Franklin, we make oil changes fast, friendly, and reliable for personal vehicles and entire fleets. Whether you are headed out on a road trip or making deliveries across the county, our certified technicians will keep your engine running clean and strong. We treat every car like it's our own. Our goal is simple: get you in, out, and back on the road with confidence. Fleet service? No problem. We work with local businesses to keep their teams moving without the downtime. And right now, mention FS Channel 9 and get 9% off your full synthetic oil change. Grease Monkey Franklin, home time service that is done right, done fast, and built for the road ahead. Visit us at Grease Monkey across from Walmart and Nashville Road, Franklin, Kentucky.
(32-22) as the Franklin-Simpson lead here inside Diddle Arena. Lady Cats up by 10 at the break over Greenwood in the opening game of the 4th region tournament. Tyler Eaton, glad to be with you, joined by FCA girls head coach Tavia Spabb. TB, we're fortunate here at the 4th region tournament to have all the numbers, not just the points, to bring people, starting with the points from that opening half. 6 apiece leads the way for Greenwood from Lily Clark and Molly Tandy. 5 points from Ava Morrison, 3 points from Molly Spidell, and 2 points from Abby Buser. The Lady Gators shooting just 32% from the floor. They are 3 for 7 from outside and 5 for 6 from the free throw line. Franklin-Simpson shooting it at 48% from the floor, 6 for 9 from three-point range, led by 15 from Allie Pennington. She's 5 for 8 from outside. 6 points for Tiff Harrigan, 4 for Harley Crafton, just a couple off of tying her career high. 3 points for Myla Rigsby and 2 apiece for Chloe Smith and Reese Myler. A couple of numbers that immediately stand out to me, TB, and they're chained together. Greenwood, 5 assists, 9 turnovers so far. Lady Cats, 9 assists, 4 turnovers. They've got 4 assists apiece from Tiff Harrigan and Allie Pennington. And then the points off turnovers, 13 for Franklin-Simpson, 0 for Greenwood.
And all of those came in the second quarter as well.
Wow.
I mean, Franklin's defensive efficiency just went up a lot just because they're playing those passing lanes really well. And then something else that sticks out to me is that the Lady Gators, I mean, they shot 3 for 6 in the first quarter from 3, and they could not make a 3. Didn't even attempt many threes. Only attempted 1 3 in that second quarter versus Franklin-Simpson, who, again, thanks to Allie Pennington and Myla Rigsby, 3 for 4 from 3 in that second quarter.
Lady Cats shot 31% in the first quarter. Again, if you missed it, we're trailing 13-11 at the end of the first. They go 9 for 14. That's 64% in the second quarter of this game to take a 32-22 lead. Allie Pennington playing all 16 minutes of the first half for Franklin-Simpson. She's the only player on both sides to be able to say that. Ansley Hendricks close on the Greenwood side. She played 15 minutes and 39 seconds of that first half. And Hendricks averaging 15 points per game on the season, shooting 41% from the floor, a team best 37% from three-point range. She had just 7 points on 2 for 15 shooting, 1 for 9 three-point shooting in the regular season matchup between these two teams. Tonight, 0 points, 0 for 8 from the floor, and she's only attempted 1 three-pointer. And to your point, TB, it was interesting to see how much Greenwood went away from the three-pointer in that second quarter. Do you think that was more schematically from Franklin-Simpson, or was it just all those turnovers being forced took a lot of that away?
Well, I think it was a lot of turnovers because they tried to do a lot of entry passes, especially in the high post. And after that, Franklin, they just started buckling down, not allowing easy DHOs to happen in that game. And again, when you have somebody like Ansley Hendricks, who again just haven't scored anything, you have to find another way to impact the game. In the first quarter, she did really well, garnering a lot of attention, finding an extra pass here and there. But in the second quarter, just nothing could get going.
When TB references that DHO, it's the dribble handoff action that is just, it's taken basketball over. It's replaced a lot of the pick and roll, especially. It's with any trend in basketball. It starts in the NBA and then it trickles its way down. And Franklin-Simpson had some issues with it in that opening quarter. But most of the issues for Franklin-Simpson were on the offensive end, shooting just 4 for 13 from the floor. What was the biggest difference for them offensively in that second quarter versus the first?
Well, again, I think it's the adjustment that Allie Pennington made to the defense. And credit to Tiffany Harrigan as well. Both of them had commanded the offense and making great passes. You look in the first quarter, 2 assists in total in the first quarter for that team, both from Tiffany. In the second quarter, Allie Pennington had 4 assists in that quarter. quarter, a lot coming off of the pick and roll when she got doubled. And then again, Tiffany doing work from the middle of the paint. I mean, finding those easy looks from your teammates, getting easy looks down to the block. I think that's what changed and everything. And I would be surprised if the Lady Gators stay in that 1-2-2 or if they go to something different.
It's amazing how you mentioned the 13 points off turnovers for Franklin-Simpson all in that second quarter. That means 13 of the 21 that they scored in that quarter all came off of Greenwood turnovers. They had 3 in the first quarter, 6 in the second quarter, which my math is not the greatest, but 6 turnovers, 13 points. I think that means Franklin-Simpson scored off of every Greenwood turnover in that second quarter.
I think so, and that's pretty incredible to say because usually you'll get a couple here and there. Defenses might get back, but we saw some incredible passing by the Lady Cats, not being selfish, moving the ball up the court, and finding a lot of easy buckets.
The Lady Cats trying to advance to the region semifinals for the 5th time in 6 years under head coach Ashley Taylor and continue their defense of the region crown that they held from last year. The winner of this game playing Friday night at 8 o'clock against Cumberland County or Allen County, Scottsville. The Franklin-Simpson boys will open up 4th region tournament play tomorrow night at 6:30 here on this floor against Warren Central. We've still got another half to play. 32-22 Franklin-Simpson leads it over Greenwood. Second half on the way after this on 92.3 WFKN.
My favorite thing about working here is getting to serve the community and help people with their electric and their fiber internet.
We're local, so we live and work right here in Franklin, so taking care of our neighbors isn't just business, it's personal. Fiber means faster, more reliable internet for work, school, and entertainment without lag or buffering.
It's more than power and fiber, it's about peace of mind.
We're not just an electric company, we're neighbors.
We've been with Franklin Bank since '92 because we trust it.
Franklin was a great fit to help build a team and a culture that just kind of resonated with both of us.
They took a chance on us.
It's not a banking relationship, it's a personal relationship.
That's the most important thing to me about doing business with a bank is to have trust and faith in the people you're dealing with. And the people at Franklin Bank do every bit that needs to be done to give me that feeling.
Hello, Wildcat fans. My name is Kevin Gilbert, your Simpson County corner. It has been an honor to serve you for the last 4 years as your corner. I'm a dedicated husband, father, and pop-pop. It'll be an honor to serve you for another term, and I humbly ask you for your vote on May 19th. Go Wildcats, go Lady Cats.
Getting set to get the second half underway here inside EA Diddle Arena. Franklin-Simpson leading Greenwood 32-22 in the opening round of the girls' 4th region tournament. Allie Pennington leading FS with 15 points, 5 3-pointers over her last 10 quarters, now spanning the 2 games of the 13th district tournament. She is 15 for 23 from 3-point range, 5 for 8 tonight. 13th time this year she's hit at least 5 triples. Ball goes into the right corner. Tiff Harrigan will try a 3 to get the 3rd quarter started. Misses long, and it's rebounded by Greenwood. Bringing it up will be Molly Spidell, their leading scorer on the season at 16.6 points per game. Just 3 so far tonight. Morrison holding up top, trying to hand it off to Hendricks. Can't. That's close to a 5-second closely guarded. Instead, she throws it away. Myler picks it off to Harrigan. Bounces to Smith. Chloe scores it falling down.
And right now, it's just the defensive pressure. I mean, they are suffocating the Lady Gators right now.
So you can make it now 15 points off turnovers for Franklin-Simpson. And they've scored off of 8 straight Greenwood turnovers spanning back to that first half.
And I think if you're Ava Morrison, you got to put the ball on the floor and try something. And right now, I mean, either a pick and roll or something when it gets to you can't just hold the ball at half court, because right now Franklin-Simpson is playing denied defense. It's just causing a lot of chaos.
Lady Gators will take a 30-second timeout, 7:12 left to go in this third quarter. 34-22, Chloe Smith now with 4 points. That also the 5th assist for Tiffany Harrigan, who debuted not just with the 25 points against Russellville in her first game with Franklin-Simpson, but had double-digit assists in that game for an unofficial double-double, averaging 16 points per game. Lady Cats 11-2 when she's been in the lineup. Hendricks nearly loses it on the inbound, now gets it in to Spidell, who holds it on the right wing against Pennington.
Franklin is not allowing them to get it to their guards.
Ball goes on the right baseline for a mid-range jumper. High arcing shot, misses long. Pennington saves it in off the deflection to Taylor. Her pass then knocked away and stolen by Spidell. Bounce pass taken by Harrigan. Harrigan racing to the rim against Morrison all the way to the rack. Misses the contested layup. And here come the Lady Gators.
And right now they have to capitalize on the 2-on-1 matchup.
Hendricks wide open on the left wing. Nope, off the front iron, but the putback up and good for Spidell.
And you know, that was the difference in the second quarter and the first quarter was the rebounding. Franklin actually out-rebounded the Lady Gators in that second quarter by 1. And right now the Lady Gators getting right back to it, getting offensive rebounds.
34-24 now, Franklin-Simpson. Lady Cats out-rebounded by 4 total in that first half. Harrigan drives right baseline, wraps all the way around. Reverse layup misses. Myler has it caught midair, and a jump ball called as she tried to put it up and in, and it goes back to Greenwood with 6:12 left to go in the third in a 34-24 game.
And you know, like you said earlier, right now Franklin-Simpson has been leaving a lot of points at the rim. They got to start converting on some of these if they really want to blow this thing wide open.
Hendricks brings it into the front court, gets around Harrigan, keeps it all the way to the rim, misses long, and it's rebounded by Puff on the opposite block. Here comes Tiff Harrigan to the left wing. Tried to drop one off between the legs, no look to Pennington. AP had taken off to the corner. Harrigan thought that Pennington had stayed behind her. They wanted to make their way onto Sports Center, but instead it's an over and back that gives it back to Greenwood. And
this
tough
is a
one to
possession.
try in a 10-point game.
Yeah, maybe want that one back.
If it works, that's what blows this game up. As Spidell just has to lob one up to Morrison. Smith bats it into the backcourt. Chloe's going to give chase. She's up with it on the baseline and scores it underneath. Chloe was going to give up on it. Coach Taylor motioned her forward and said, hey, that ball's going to slow down. Go and get it. And she drops it in for 2.
And that's honestly been the difference right now. In the first half, the Lady Gators were really had a lot of tenacity for these loose balls, and right now it's Franklin-Simpson.
Pass deflected to Hendricks. She can't buy a bucket right now. It bounces off from 6 feet, and Smith has it back for Franklin-Simpson. AP walks it into the front court, picked up by Abby Buser. Floats it to Harrigan, baseline. Fires, and that one switches home from 8.
That shot is just pure from her. Again, the elevation. It's been physical for both of these teams, and from the mid-range, Tiffany is really doing some work.
38-24 now, Franklin-Simpson with 5 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Harrigan up to 8. She knocks one away on the far side, and an offensive foul called against Morrison, claiming the loose ball.
Yeah, I think Tiffany got away with some hand slapping, some wrist slapping, and sold maybe that call. But nonetheless, a good heads-up play. And again, Franklin-Simpson, this third quarter, it's really starting to show their experience in these kinds of games.
No remote foul trouble for either team. We've had 7 fouls called total in this game. Rigsby in for FS, as is Harley Crafton with Pennington, Harrigan, and Smith. Rigsby to Harrigan at the right elbow, turns and drives, slices through 2 defenders, contact, this time no call, and pushed it long. Up ahead to Hendricks on the left wing. Guarded by Rigsby, stops at the free throw line, shovels it out. Tandy now has to give it back to Hendricks to reset as Harrigan comes to pick her up. Forces her to immediately pick up her dribble, and it goes to Morrison. Needs a guard to come and get it.
And talk about the defense, had a 1-on-2 for the Lady Gators, and everybody's gotten back.
Hendricks fires over Harrigan and hits in the right corner. Ansley Hendricks finally with her first field goal after missing her first 10 to make it 38-27. Franklin-Simpson with 4:11 left in this third quarter.
And that's what she needed to do. And the Lady Gators going to a 2-2-1 press, trying to make sure the ball stays out of AP's hands, but Franklin really experienced breaking those press.
Chloe immediately goes to Pennington. Right corner fadeaway. That one misses, and Harrigan called for a foul underneath, trying to get around Spidell for the rebound with 3:58 left in the third.
And that's what we'll say. We've been talking about it all night. The Lady Gators very disciplined under the box, rebounding.
Lady Gators hanging around, only trailing by 11, trying to break some full court Franklin-Simpson man-to-man pressure. Harrigan all over Hendricks, who gets it into the front court. Harrigan poking at it, can't get it away. Lady Gator fans want a foul. They're not going to get it. Harrigan nearly forces a 5-second. Hendricks spins away, then she's bumped on a left block layup try, and will go to the line for 2 free throws. That the second foul on Harrigan.
And I will say, even though that possession ended on a foul, I mean, she is making her work. I mean, if that's her, I can't say that's her calling card, because she's also, Tiffany's a really good scorer, 16 points per game. But if there's something to notice, it's her defense. It is awesome.
She goes by Puff, and it's just one F. P-U-F, pick up full. She wants to pick up full court everywhere as Hendricks makes the first free throw. So now 4 points all in this third quarter, averaging 14.7 per game. She's a 73% free throw shooter and swishes both. That's a freshman with an extremely bright future ahead of her. And now she cuts the Franklin-Simpson lead to 9. Harrigan to Smith at midcourt. Her pass deflected, and it's stolen away by the Lady Gators. Pennington fighting for it for FS. A jump ball will be called here, and the arrow will keep it with the Lady Cats. Great job by Pennington to get into the fight and force that.
Yeah, she saved that, because that was definitely going to be a turnover. And the Lady Gators being more aggressive. I mean, again, they're letting them play, letting them be real physical, and that's what they're going to have to do if they want to get back into this game.
So Rigsby will inbound underneath for FS with 3:30 left to go in the third quarter. Mila quickly goes into Smith in the corner. Now to Harrigan. Pennington flares off a screen, now holds it on the right wing. Chloe sets another on the ball. Hesitation from AP all the way to the rack. Runner blocking foul called. 2 free throws on the way for Pennington with the foul call against Hendricks.
And AP is just so shifty coming off those screens. I mean, she had a little bit of space for the 3 and did a slight hesitation to get around the second defender that opened up the lane to ultimately draw the blocking call.
And maybe the most mind-blowing stat about Pennington, with 118 three-pointers made this year, leading the state in three-pointers made as she swishes home the first free throw. She also leads this team in free throw attempts. Averaging 4.5 per game. No, you usually don't get that kind of pair. You expect her to be good at free throws, which she is at 80%. But gets there more than anybody. Was chasing Chloe Smith down for that prize most of the year. Second free throw, perfect for Pennington. She's now got 17 tonight. And it's 40-29 FS with 3:20 left to go here in the third quarter.
And if you're the Lady Gators, you got to make something happen. You got to go on a small run here and put some pressure on these Lady Cats.
Spidell drives from the right corner, fires up a tough one from 8 feet, missed long, and the rebound goes to Pennington. AP crashes past one defender, hops into the lane, has it knocked away at the last second, now has it back and wraps on the baseline. And as she was about to get a screen from Smith, instead Spidell crashes through and picks up a foul. Third now on Greenwood in the third quarter. So they've caught a few more in this third quarter, but still not too many. As Buser will come in for Greenwood, and Spidell will check out for a moment. Figure it won't be too long. Inbound comes into Harrigan up top. Pennington being face guarded off the ball. It leaves Harley Crafton wide open in the right corner off the heel. It was dead on line. And rebounded by Hendricks, who is now being face guarded by Harrigan in the backcourt.
She's looking to make a play right here, and she has to really bring it to Tiffany.
Hendricks drives, lower the shoulder, fires from 6 and misses. Rebounded by Harrigan. Falling down, tries to throw it to Pennington. Thought she was being pushed down. Call doesn't come in, and it's out of bounds with 2:30 left to go in the third. Back to Greenwood as Taylor and Reese Myler come in, Crafton and Rigsby out. So the starting 5 back out there for FS. And Spidell will come right back in for Greenwood. Morrison to get a rare breather.
If you're Franklin-Simpson, you got to watch that middle. They're setting up in a 2-3 zone, and you're looking for somebody to flash right in the middle, maybe take an elbow jumper.
Spidell tried to get the ball there. Instead, it goes to Hendricks on the left wing. Harrigan comes out to guard her. Hendricks back into the left corner. Now tries to go cross court. It's collected and fired by Tandy for 3, and she buries it.
And that was right off the fingertips of Mackenzie Taylor. I mean, I thought she would have got that tip right there. And that's what Greenwood needed. They have to put some momentum and really amp up the pressure.
Harrigan has to pick up her dribble because a surprise double team comes her way. Coach Taylor runs out to half court to get a timeout. With 1:58 left to go in the third quarter, we'll take one as well. Greenwood building momentum, 40-32 Franklin-Simpson here on 92.3 WFKN.
So as far as preventative maintenance, to keep outages at a minimum, one thing that we do is pole inspections. So we'll drive across the system, we'll dig out around the bottoms of the pole, see if there's anything rotten, we'll check the pole's integrity in general. So as you can see now, we're changing out some wire on some poles that we have recently changed out. As they age, they start to crack or rot at the bottom, so we try to stay ahead of those types of outages. Probably the neatest part of working here. So working in the community that I live in and grew up in, there's a lot of satisfaction that comes from that. You know, if there is an outage, there's a good chance that you're restoring power, maybe to a family member, a friend, your preacher, something like that. So just being able to help and serve the people that you know, that's a good feeling.
Greenwood faithful coming to life behind us as the Lady Gators try to do the same, trailing 40-32 to Franklin-Simpson. 1:55 left to go in this third quarter from Diddle Arena. Just 8 points scored in the quarter for FS. Lady Gators have put up 10. Pennington has it up top for Franklin-Simpson. Double team comes, now flips it to Taylor. To Harrigan, right corner. Down low, Smith wide open on the right block. Chloe Smith now with 6 in the third quarter.
And that's just a ball movement. When you're blitzed like that, as a wide open.
Tandy gets a, as you said, a wide open rim run. Smith comes in to help at the last minute, knocks her to the ground, and then Chloe, being Chloe, right after the fact, goes up to her and asks if she's okay. But Tandy will go to the line for 2 free throws.
And you know, as she shoots these free throws, I had a comp that came in my head. This AP Chloe combo on the offensive end as the first free throw goes down. I mean, I would hate to see a screen coming from Chloe Smith. I mean, she's like Draymond Green setting screens for AP, just running around.
Does that make Pennington the Steph Curry in that situation, I would imagine?
I would imagine so. I mean, she has the percentage for it.
Tandy makes both free throws. She's got a team-high 11 for the Lady Gators, averaging 6 per game, and it's 42-34, 1:25 left to go in the third. Smith gets it again, stops on the right block, fakes up, goes under, and fouled by Morrison, who scooped down at it. So Ava Morrison commits her second foul, and Chloe Smith will take just the third and fourth free throws of the game for Franklin-Simpson. Credit to the Lady Gators. They are 9 for 10 at the free throw line in this one, shooting to 64% on the year. Lady Cats 15th in the state at 73%, as Smith drains her first. She's 1 point away from the 21st double-digit performance for her this season. Her career high coming on this floor last year. In the region championship game against Metcalfe County, she makes the second free throw, give her 10 tonight. That's the lead for FS. 1:15 left to go.
And again, Franklin-Simpson staying in this 2-3 zone.
Hendricks pass, it's a dangerous one, and saved by Harrigan, behind the back, falling into the Greenwood bench.
Here comes another big screen from Chloe Smith.
Pennington floats it over to Taylor, to Harrigan, right corner. They dare her to shoot it. She does, rattles off, and the rebound is chased down by Tandy.
The Lady Gators need to go on some sort of run here late in the quarter to really get any kind of momentum.
Spinell buries one from the right corner. She heard the call and answered it as Greenwood takes a timeout with 40 seconds left to go in this third quarter. We'll stay here. John Butler, the legendary Barron County coach, he's on the call for all of these games up in Glasgow. A couple of times now a timeout has been called in this spot, and he's throwing both hands up in the air, and I can't help but agree with him on that case, because here, TV, 7-point game. Perhaps you want to set up your defense, but on the other side, with 40 seconds left to go in the third quarter, the Lady Cats are going to get to set up their offense.
Yeah, and I think that's where you do trust your defense. I mean, right now in the last 2 possessions, Chloe Smith, after a high pass from AP to the right wing, Chloe Smith has been open on the block, and they're trying to avoid that. So I would imagine they're going to set up in some sort of press, maybe some kind of late help in the backcourt to either Pennington or Harrigan, and try to cause some sort of turnover. What you can't have happen is another screen and roll around Chloe Smith, a pass to the wing, and then a dump down back to Chloe for a couple of free throws.
I mentioned earlier the Lady Cats coming off their first region championship since 2009. They went back-to-back in 2008 and 2009. They had a chance to potentially three-peat starting in 2007. John Butler ruined that. He knocked the Lady Cats out in the semifinals. He knows I've got a gripe about that. Did a great job with the Trojanettes, and they've had some great coaches up there at Barron County. But as we get back underway here, 44-37, FS leads it. They'll have the ball with 40 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Harrigan springs wide open, and she'll be the one to bring it up for the Lady Cats, with Taylor and Pennington joining her in the backcourt. Myler and Smith in the front court. Double team comes to Harrigan. She gives it to Smith at the free throw line. Down low, Myler is wide open, and she scores a free basket.
The Lady Gators did exactly what we thought they would do, send late help in the backcourt, but just couldn't really get anything going as a foul called. Chloe Smith overextended, swiped down, and not a foul that you'd want to have in the end of a quarter.
Clark missing a 15-foot jumper from the left side. I don't know if she said that she overextended TB or if it was one of those more landing space type fouls. I don't know that Chloe made contact until she was on the way down. Tough to know, but it's 2 free throws for Lily Clark. First one well long. Clark has not been at the line much. That's just her 10th free throw attempt of the season. She's made 4. With 19.1 frozen on the clock in this third quarter, Lady Cats holding on to a 46-37 lead, as Myler now has 4 points after that layup. Second free throw misses long. Reese comes through to get the rebound, then lost it. Greenwood has it, wrapped up by everyone. Spidell comes out of the pile and scores on the right block.
There it is, that tenacity. Now the Lady Gators can't allow anything big to happen in the last 5 seconds.
5 seconds to go. Rigsby brings it into the front court. She wants to get it to Pennington somehow. Now shovels it to her. 1 on the clock. AP misses from the left wing. And as we go into the final frame, we have a ball game. 46-39 is the Franklin-Simpson lead. Greenwood with their best offensive quarter of the night. They outscore Franklin-Simpson 17-14, and the Lady Cats lead by 7 going into the final frame. Only one team will advance to the region semifinals. We'll find out together after this who it is here on 92.3 WFKN.
Franklin, we keep things moving. From the work trucks to the family vans, we all need a pit stop now and then. At Grease Monkey of Franklin, we make oil changes fast, friendly, and reliable for personal vehicles and entire fleets. Whether you are headed out on a road trip or making deliveries across the county, our certified technicians will keep your engine running clean and strong. We treat every car like it's our own. Our goal is simple: get you in, out, and back on the road with confidence. Fleet service? No problem. We work with local businesses to keep their teams moving without the downtime. And right now, mention FS Channel 9 and get 9% off your full synthetic oil change. Grease Monkey Franklin, home time service that is done right, done fast, and built for the road ahead. Visit us at Grease Monkey across from Walmart and Nashville Road, Franklin, Kentucky.
Greenwood flipped the script on Franklin-Simpson in the third quarter, making 3 3-pointers while the Lady Cats go dry from outside. 46-39. Franklin-Simpson leading it over Greenwood as we get this fourth and final frame underway. Tyler Eaton and TB Tavius Babb, so glad to be with you from inside Diddle Arena here at WKU for the 4th Region Girls Basketball Tournament. Greenwood with the first possession of the 4th frame. Both teams shooting 5 for 12 in that third quarter. Morrison to Spidell, wide open off a cut, and the Franklin-Simpson lead is down to 5. Spidell now with 12 points.
And she is just so good about finding them cutting through the lane like that. Franklin-Simpson has to make a stop right there.
And Crafton comes in with the answer, a runner from inside the right elbow. How about the freshman Crafton tying her career high with 6 points tonight?
I mean, big minutes, right? You need a big player to show up, and she's really producing.
Greenwood 6 for 12 from outside. Lady Cats 6 for 13. Attempt number 13 for Greenwood, off the mark from Clark, and rebounded by Reese Myler for Franklin-Simpson. Second rebound of the night for Reese to go along with 4 points.
And of those rebounds, we talked about in that third quarter, Greenwood just really took it to him in the rebounding category, having 10 in that quarter.
Pennington leads everybody with 17. She's got it up top. Steps back, 2 defenders following her everywhere that she goes. Goes to Smith at half court, bumped by Hendricks, now floats it over to Harrigan, right corner. Slices through 2 defenders, scored on a runner, but they wave off the basket, saying that she was bumped on the floor, which she was a couple of times. It goes against Hendricks, her second foul. Hendricks with her first 5 points in that third quarter. Tandy had 5 in the quarter. She's up to 11 for the game. Harrigan has it up top to Pennington, right corner off the inbound. Drives in, runner from the right elbow, misses way long. Harrigan trying to save it, steps out before she can get rid of it, and it goes back to Greenwood in a 48-41 game with 6:35 left to go.
And you see the strategy about the Lady Gators, right? No space for Allie Pennington whatsoever, coming over top of the screens. I mean, they're bumping her, being physical. But if you're the Lady Gators, you got to make sure that you're closing on the rest of these girls, because that's what's going to kill you in this fourth quarter.
And if you're Franklin-Simpson, you got to get back to Chloe Smith. She had 8 of the 14 points in that third quarter. As Hendricks comes into the front court, guarded by Harrigan, goes down low. Spidell working against Pennington and scores. That is Molly Spidell's game. She's got 14 points and has scored their last 6, stemming back to the third quarter. It's 48-43. Once again, a 5-point game with 6:10 left to go. Harrigan to Taylor on the right wing. Harley Crafton right corner. Down low Smith against Morrison. Spins to her left, fades and misses, and it's rebounded by Spidell. Here comes Lily Clark for Greenwood. Racing against Taylor down the right side. Picks up her dribble, needs an option. And fouled at the last moment. Kins bailed her out with that one. Was almost a 5-second closely guarded.
It almost was, but the Lady Gators, if she could have saw, there was a seal down there on AP again. I mean, they were looking to make the same exact play. And if you're the Lady Gators, I try to go back to it. Find that mismatch with AP down low on the block and see if you can make a play out of it.
Lady Gators went 3 for 5 from 3 in that third quarter. Lady Cats 0 for 4. Right side, Smith swats one out of bounds on the baseline. Spidell tried to pull up with a jumper that time, and Chloe, for the second time, sent one out. So it'll stay with Greenwood with 5:45 left to go.
You know, I'm surprised they're staying in this 2-3 zone when their man-to-man has really caused a lot of issues.
Hendricks gets around Pennington off the bounce, misses the layup, but fouled. 2 free throws on the way for Ansley Hendricks with 5:39 frozen on the clock. Lady Gators 9 for 12 at the free throw line tonight. Lady Cats just 4 attempts, but they've made all 4.
And, you know, again, going back to that third quarter as the first free throw's made, we talked about in the second quarter where Greenwood didn't really shoot any threes to begin with, and in that third quarter they went up going 3 for 5 from the 3-point line.
Only attempted 1 in the second quarter after they went 3 for 6 in the first quarter. Clear correlation. Those are the 2 quarters they outscored Franklin-Simpson. Second free throw good for Hendricks. And the Lady Gators have cut it to 3, 48-45 with 5:39 left to go.
With some confusion, one of the Lady Gators
came to inbound it.
Clark tried to him down the ball.
Now Crafton gets it into Harrigan. Crosses up the first defender now into the front court. Myler flashing in the corner. Instead, Harrigan holds on to it. We'll see if Lady Gators come with a double. For now, they don't. Pennington, left side, wide open off a screen. Drilled the 3, but it's waved off because Myler, who was setting the screen, was shoved to the ground.
And you know, that's not a bad foul.
No.
I mean, if you're trying to fight over those screens, you know AP's deadly from 3. I mean, if you're not going to get there, you might as well foul and reset the defensive play.
It's a bad one for the Franklin-Simpson side. And one thing that you noted, a little box and one type defense where Pennington is being face guarded by 2 defenders off the ball.
Yeah, it's a little triangle. And
a
hard
got
screen.
With the screen. That time from Myler, no call. Now it goes outside to Harrigan. Beats Hendricks off the dribble. Outside to Crafton. Harley wrapping around to the elbow. Gets inside. Misses the runner long. Gets her own rebound, though. To Harrigan. Pennington, left side 3. Missed it long. And it's pulled down by Spidell, who's fouled with 5:01 left to go.
I'm telling you, if AP would have made that 3, that would have tore the roof off this place. But lucky for the Lady Gators, they got that rebound, got the foul call, and it's a 3-point ball game.
And that's one thing that's become a huge factor. This Greenwood crowd behind us loud. The Lady Cat fans that are usually so raucous, they're waiting for something to get back into this game.
Franklin-Simpson staying in that 2-3 zone. I mean, I'm looking for something on the block again if I'm the Lady Gators.
Looks like it's warped in maybe to a bit of a 3-2. They do this match zone up top. Smith picks off a pass down low to Pennington. Holds it on the left wing. 2 defenders come her way. Steps behind a screen, now guarded just by Hendricks. We'll see now defensively what Greenwood does. AP drives, floats at Harrigan, holds it above her head, now to Crafton. Right elbow jumper, all the way around and out, but Tiff with the rebound, but she traveled off the catch, pulling it out to the wing.
And one of the lone offensive rebounds that Franklin-Simpson had just wasted away by another turnover, and that's going to come back to bite them again. The Lady Gators, they just have to make a play on this possession. They've clawed their way back into this game, but if you're them, you got to take care of the basketball.
Just the 3rd offensive rebound. Lady Gators have dominated that department. Hendricks, left wing in a 3-point game, stops at the free throw line, gives to Spidell, wide open mid-range jumper. It's a 1-point game.
And that's what we're talking about. And a violation, I think stepping across the line was the Franklin-Simpson, and now it's the Lady Gators basketball.
Apparently Myler was going to inbound, stepped across the line with the ball, and it gives it back to the Lady Gators with 4:09 left in the game. Franklin-Simpson's only leading 48-47. Comes in up top, Morrison. Harrigan nearly deflects it, but instead it goes to Spidell. Now to Tandy. Hendricks right side jumper. Missed it long. Rebound chased down by Greenwood. Coach Williams trying to get a timeout for the Lady Gators and does with 3:57 left to go.
And a great timeout there. I don't know how many he has left, but again, another offensive rebound by the Lady Gators. We've talked about it all game. If there was one way they're going to win this game is by crashing the offensive glass and not allowing Franklin to get multiple shots at the basket.
3:57 left to go in this one. The Gators down to, well, 0 timeouts on the scoreboard, so that's certainly worth monitoring. As we talked about earlier, Coach Williams kept calling them at the end of quarters. Lady Cats have 2 timeouts remaining, leading 48-47 with 3:57 left to go. They have been outscored 8-2 in this 4th quarter, just 2 total points in the second half for Allie Pennington. We have seen it, TB, in the half-court set, a triangle in 2 as you described it, just to lay it out. Pennington standing off the ball in the corner with 2 defenders standing in front of her, 3 defenders guarding the other 4 Lady Cats, and it's working.
Yeah, and I think if you're Franklin-Simpson, one on that offensive side, you got to get the ball to Chloe Smith around the free throw line. You got to allow her to make a play and go from there. Defensively, I would still be shocked, outside of the out-of-bounds plays, for Franklin to stay in that 2-3 zone because, I mean, when they were playing man-to-man, it seemed like everything was working, and you know what? That's what they went straight back to man.
They come out in a man out of this timeout with 3:57 left, leading by 1. Hendricks gets it in the corner, guarded by Harrigan. Tiff pokes it away from her. Hendricks driving baseline. Foul called on Harrigan, and that's her 4th.
And that's a big foul to pick up right there. That's 4 for her. That's also 14. The next one goes into the bonus. And for this Lady Gator team that has been dominant shooting free throws, that's what you really wanted.
Spidell trying to spring free on the block. Can't. Inbound finally comes in. It's deflected right back. And now spinning through, wide open is Clark. Her reverse layup misses long, though, and Taylor gets the rebound. Clark was wide open but couldn't convert.
And that's the ones you have to convert because that would have been a game changer. Franklin-Simpson, watch for that high pick and roll by Chloe Smith coming.
Pennington has it up top. Gives it to Harrigan at the free throw line, knocked away from behind, but fouled by Spidell with 3:29 left to go.
And you don't mind that foul, that picks up the 3rd foul, so you're not close to the bonus really. You stop it and you get to, get the ball out of the middle of the paint or the high post. But if you're Franklin-Simpson, I bring Chloe Smith out to the high post and let her go to work.
They bring Harrigan out. Pennington trying to spring free, now gets it. Double team comes, triple team comes. Now guarded by just 1. They've got 3 defenders up at the top surrounding her. 1 guarding her at all times off the ball is Clark. Comes to the left wing off a screen from Taylor. Pennington fires a wild shot. Oh, nearly hit it over 3 defenders and was fouled from 16 feet out. Double clutched midair. And TV, it looked dead on line, but was just short.
And honestly, just got bailed out by bad defense. I mean, the actual rotation, the help defense was amazing, but you just can't foul somebody in that kind of shot. You live with that shot if she makes it.
Pennington's free throw spins off the rim, went all the way around, hung up there like she was spinning it on her finger and fell off.
Well, if you wanted a game tonight, you definitely got one.
3:11 left to go. Pennington makes the second. She's got 18. All 3 of her points at the free throw line in the second half. 49-47 FS with 3:08 left to go. Hendricks comes front court guarded by freshman Harley Crafton. Up top, Spidell for 3. Doesn't get the bounce. Pennington tips the rebound out. Just couldn't control it. Mistimed her jump a tad. And it'll stay with Greenwood with 2:58 left to go.
And that's just the height difference right now. Like, the Lady Gators have 2 players rivaling to Chloe Smith's height, and they just can't allow Franklin-Simpson.
Morrison gets the inbound from Hendricks. Right back to her. Missed the 3-pointer from the corner. Nearly banked it in. And here comes Pennington. AP across half court on the right side. Double team comes. Rigsby sets a screen. Pennington right corner 3. Off the front side of the rim. Lady Cats still haven't hit a 3 in the second half. Here comes Greenwood. Hendricks on the left wing. Hesitates against Rigsby. Drives. Blocked by Smith. Goes back to Hendricks. Deflected. Players on the floor. It goes up top to Morrison. Down low Hendricks. Crafton knocks it away. Harley trying to save it. Out of bounds to Greenwood with 2:26 left to go as Harrigan will come back in for Crafton. Great minutes there from Crafton with Harrigan holding on to those 4 fouls.
Yeah, and what a scrum that was from both teams, wanting this possession really badly.
Ball comes in off the inbound right side. Tandy wide open for 3. Missed it short. Rebound collected by Greenwood. Wild shot nearly banked in, but it's rebounded by Smith. Then a jump ball called. The arrow will leave it with Franklin-Simpson. Chloe had ripped it away from everybody, and then the whistle came in. I don't know how that prayer from Spidell nearly went in from 12 feet, but it'll allow Franklin-Simpson to bring in a quick sub. And with Harley Crafton back in.
And I think Franklin definitely was looking for a foul. I mean, they had a hold of Chloe's arm. And again, the pressure right now by the Lady Gators, they cannot allow an open 3 from this offense.
Pennington into the front court. Both teams in the bonus. 2:05 left to go. 49-47 Franklin-Simpson. Pennington gets away. Fires from the free throw line off the left side. Deflected. Rebound picked up by Spidell. Harrigan forces a jump ball. And this time the arrow favors Greenwood.
Now, if you're the Lady Gators, you're the coach of the Lady Gators, you got to pull something out of the bag right here to allow your team. You don't have any timeouts, which, you know, you kind of want one back at least, but you're in a position where you just got to make a play happen.
They bring sophomore Lily Paget in for Lily Clark, who has been the one guarding Pennington everywhere. Paget has it on the left wing. Puts it on the floor, guarded by Rigsby. Now goes on the elbow to Morrison. To Tandy on the right side. Gets away from Crafton. Wild scoop shot. No, but she's fouled. Rigsby just had to grab her to keep her from having an open layup. And 2 free throws are on the way in a 2-point game with 1:41 left to go.
And can I tell you, Ava Morrison, one of the MVPs of this game, just from her ball vision as the first free throw goes down, her court awareness, making all these great passes, leading to a lot of points.
She's their best rebounder and their best passer. 49-48 now the score. Tandy up to 12 points. Second free throw, misses off to the right. Rebound goes off of Pennington. It's going to be Greenwood basketball.
And again, it's the boxing out. The Lady Cats just aren't boxing out in a timeout by Coach Taylor. A well-needed timeout. You cannot allow your team to get out-hustled like that in the closing minute.
49-48, Franklin-Simpson leading in the girls' 4th region tournament. The final 140 comes your way right after this on 92.3 WFKN.
Hello, Wildcat fans. My name is Kevin Gilbert, your Simpson County corner. It has been an honor to serve you for the last 4 years as your corner. I'm a dedicated husband, father, and pop-pop. It'll be an honor to serve you for another term, and I humbly ask you for your vote on May 19th. Go Wildcats, go Lady Cats.
Accidents happen in a split second, but the repair doesn't have to be a headache. At Eaton Collision in Franklin, we bring your car back to life with expert repairs and a flawless finish. We'll work directly with your insurance company to make the process quick, easy, and hassle-free for you. From dents to major damage, trust Eaton Collision to get you back on the road fast.
Greenwood inbounding, trailing Franklin-Simpson 49-48. They go right into the corner to Molly for three out of a timeout. It misses. Rebounded by Pennington. Lady Cats have it back with a minute and a half left to go, leading by one. Pennington all the way to the rim. Through three defenders. Can't finish, but fouled with 1:27 frozen on the clock. 2 free throws on the way for Allie Pennington in a 49-48 ball game. The Lady Cats won the first matchup between these two teams, 74-47 in January. And here we are with 2 free throws needed to push this lead to 3.
And big free throws indeed. And we're going to see as Allie Pennington makes the first one, if Franklin-Simpson stays in their same defensive assignment or if they go back to that 2-3.
Pennington up to 19 points now. She's 4 for 5 at the line tonight. An 80% shooter on the season. She knocks down the second, give her 20 points for the 14th time this year. 51-48, 125 left to go. Hendricks operates out of the point for Greenwood, directing traffic as she comes into the front court. Gets a screen up top from Lily Clark. Picks up her dribble on the right wing, back out to Clark. Surveying, trying to give it to Spidell, can't do it. Now puts it on the floor. Crafton knocked it away. Clark gets it back, guarded by Smith. Bounces it to Morrison for a free throw line jumper, and it's perfect.
Again, Morrison in that free throw line just been deadly. And again, if you're the Lady Gators, if the ball gets to anybody outside of AP and Harrigan, I think you just foul.
I agree. 53 seconds left in this one. Harrigan is the one that holds it now to Pennington. 51-50. Both teams in the bonus. Double team comes to Pennington at half court. AP driving right. Now triple team. Picks up her dribble. Shovels it over to Crafton. Crafton bounces down low. Smith stepping through against Morrison. Wild shot misses long, but she got her own rebound. Outside to Harrigan with 35 seconds left to go, and she's fouled by Hendricks with 32.1 on the clock. I don't know how Chloe Smith came out of that with the basketball, but she keeps the lead alive for Franklin-Simpson.
And talk about an offensive rebound when you desperately needed it. Again, going into the fourth quarter, Franklin-Simpson only had 2 offensive rebounds and a big one right there, and a timeout by Franklin-Simpson.
With a 51-50 lead with 32.1 seconds remaining, the Lady Cats defending their 4th region championship crown and looking to remain unbeaten in the opening round of this tournament under head coach Ashley Taylor. Won their first game in the region tournament 43-41 back in 2021 against Glasgow. They'd won 3 straight by at least 18 since then. Now in another battle here tonight, it'll be Tiff Harrigan at the free throw line. Out of the timeout as Coach Taylor took a timeout to draw up her defense, presumably. Or did they say the timeout came before the foul? They say the timeout came before the foul. So the Lady Cats have to inbound. No free throws coming. Crafton goes into the backcourt to Pennington with 30 seconds left. She'll walk it across. Being guarded by Clark. Breaks the half-court line. Greenwood's going to have to foul sooner rather than later. Pennington dribbling around a double team, and the foul comes with 22.4 on the clock. Both teams with no timeouts remaining, and the Lady Cats milk about 10 more seconds out of that sequence, and we'll have 2 free throws here from Allie Pennington, the star transfer, who has elevated this team all year long. Top 25 in the state in scoring. An 80% free throw shooter on the season. And she swishes home the first.
And if you're the Lady Gators, the only thing you cannot do is a turnover. You have to at least get a shot up. If you could have said that you were in this position at the end of the game, I mean, you'd be ecstatic right now.
Second free throw, perfect for Pennington. Now 22 points, all 5 of her fourth quarter points of the line. Here comes Hendricks with 20 seconds left, guarded by Harrigan. Hendricks stuck on the right wing, guarded by Tipstill, 15 seconds remaining. Hendricks trying to break through it, gets inside, stuck on the block, gives it outside. Spidell, wild 3, perfect! With 6 seconds left to go. The Lady Cats need to inbound it. It comes into Pennington. Pennington, one in contact, no call. This game is headed to overtime.
I mean, that 3 was off balance, but she took it and netted it straight through the net, and Franklin-Simpson just couldn't get the ball out of bounds to get something up the court.
A 7-point lead coming into the quarter erased. We've got an extra 4 minutes of basketball coming your way here from the 4th Region Girls Basketball Tournament. Don't go anywhere. Overtime comes your way next on 92.3 WFKN.
Get ready for high-flying choreography, powerful music, and a story that hits like an action movie on stage. Newsies takes you to 1899 New York City and brings to life the true story of the Newsboys strike. Follow Jack Kelly and a fearless group of young newsboys as they stand up to powerful newspaper tycoons and fight for what's right. With explosive dance numbers, unforgettable songs like Seize the Day, and a story full of grit, humor, and heart, this is more than just a musical, it's an experience. You'll laugh, you'll cheer, and you might even leave inspired. Don't miss your chance to see the energy, the passion, and the power of Newsies live at Franklin-Simpson High School Performing Arts Center, March 20th through 22nd. Purchase your tickets at fshsmusical.ludus.com. Seize the day and get your tickets now.
To tie us up at 53 apiece, Franklin-Simpson just 7 points scored in the 4th quarter, only 1 field goal. As a 7-point lead is erased, and we have 4 more minutes left to go here in the opening round of the region tournament. Lady Cats win the tip. Harrigan Euro steps through, and 5 seconds in, she's got a bucket.
Right into it. Now, if you're Tiffany, you got to play smart defense. You cannot foul. You still have 4.
And both teams will remain in the bonus for the entire overtime. Hendricks, who made the pass to Spidell, gives it to her here on the baseline to Morrison. Right elbow shot off the mark, rebounded by Reese Myler.
And if you're AP, you got to stay under control. She didn't pass the ball too much in that 4th quarter, so she has to make sure she's looking for her teammates as she's dropping the ball.
22 points leads the way for FS from Pennington. No field goals in this 4th quarter. Harrigan crosses over. Myler left corner 3, well long, but it goes to Harrigan on the opposite block, just throws it over her head. That layup missed. Rebound was collected initially by Tandy, ripped out by Smith. Crafton can't control it on the sideline, and it goes to Greenwood with 3:08 left in the overtime. Worth noting, both teams now with a timeout added back to their tally.
Yeah, I bet both teams would have a timeout at any point later in the quarter. If you're Greenwood, again, you just get into your offense. You get the ball around the free throw line to Ava Morrison.
She's got it on the elbow now against Smith. Spidell flashes through. Nobody picked her up for Franklin-Simpson, and she scores a wide-open layup on the left block. Spidell now with 21, her 5th 20-point effort of the season. She picks off the inbound, misses a right side jumper, and the rebound knocked out of bounds. They say last touched by Lily Clark for Greenwood. How key has she been off the bench for the Lady Gators fighting for rebounds? She's been the one guarding Pennington.
And talk about avoiding disaster for Franklin-Simpson. Could have gave up a lead right there, but getting the ball back again. If you're Franklin-Simpson, you got to get into your offense. You got to move the ball around.
Tied at 55, 2:40 left in overtime here inside Diddle Arena. Harrigan double crossover up top, tries a runner and nails it from 8 feet. Harrigan has all 4 in the overtime.
And she's taken over a couple quick drives from her, and she's looking to close this game out by herself.
57-55 FS, 2:20 left to go in the overtime period. In that 2-3 zone defensively are the Lady Cats. Morrison left elbow into the left corner, wide open 3 from Greenwood, swished from Spidell.
And again, it's all coming from the ball getting to the middle of the free throw line. And a timeout. Whew.
Greenwood takes one, 2:10 left in the overtime, 58-57, Lady Gators lead it. Again, we'll stay here, TB, 24 points for Spidell. She had 3 in the first half of this game. She set a new season high now with 4 3-pointers here tonight. Had made 3 a few times this year, scored 35 to will this team to the region tournament in their 14th district opener against South Warren. And so much of what she's been able to do tonight, I'll let you expand on this a little bit more. When they get it to Morrison on the elbows, whether it's the first pass to Spidell or she kicks it to the wing and then an extra pass to Spidell, the offense is all starting with that.
Yeah, it's all starting with that. When you're playing against a zone that Franklin-Simpson is playing, a 2-3 zone, your first option is to get it to the free throw line and let that person go to work, whether it's facing up and taking a shot or whether it's kicking it to the wings or a lot of the actions that's going on where cuts are diving into the paint. And Morrison, again, finding everybody, not turning the ball over, has done her job in this game.
Spidell, just a sophomore. What a debut for her inside Diddle Arena. The Lady Gators making their first region tournament trip since 2023. They lead it by 1 as we get back underway with 2 minutes left in overtime. Harrigan walks it into the front court, crosses up top, gets inside again, leaves it for a wide open Myler on the right block. Harrigan taking this thing over. Myler the beneficiary, 59-58 FS, 1:48 left to go.
And switching to man-to-man.
Hendricks stuck on the free throw line against Harrigan. Gives it to Morrison, down low against Smith. Trying to spring free is Spidell. Instead, it goes off to Clark, and Mackenzie Taylor takes it away from her. Pennington, a quarterback throw up ahead to Harrigan. Hits the receiver, count the basket, and one.
Talk about taking over a ball game. Tiffany Harrigan being strong under the rim, receiving a baseball-like pass, or excuse me, football-like pass from AP. And if she can convert this three-point play, that puts up Franklin-Simpson by 4.
Make it a 2-possession game with the free throw. Rigsby checks in. Myler comes out to get a breather. Harrigan, second in the state, a 91% free throw shooter on the season. Buries that one. She's got 7 in the overtime. It's 62-58 FS, a minute and a half left to go.
If you're the Lady Gators, you get back to your bread and butter. You don't go away from what you've been doing so well in this game.
Tandy drives left. Her pass picked off by Smith. Trying to go outside to Morrison. Chloe spins through. Do we get a foul? No. They say a travel called on Chloe. Trying to spin against Morrison.
And Coach Taylor really wanted her to bring the ball back out and waste some clock. That tempo gives the Lady Gators just some ink of hope in this game.
1:10 left as Hendricks brings it into the front court, guarded by Harrigan. Calls for a screen from Spidell, instead drives left off a screen from Morrison, crosses around Smith. Beautiful move and finish from Ansley Hendricks. Makes it 62-60 with under a minute left to go.
And that's the one thing, whenever you switch onto a guard, and if you're Chloe Smith, you have to move your feet. You can't allow her to get right by you.
Pennington double teamed on the left wing. Lady Cats have a timeout if they need it. Dribbles out to the right side. Now Coach Williams saying to come foul. I don't know why you foul Pennington in this spot instead of trying to defend with 39 seconds on the clock, but AP will go to the line for 2 free throws.
Yeah, I think in this spot you double team Pennington. You denied Tiffany Harrigan the ball at all, and then you let anybody else take those free throws.
We won't be too loud about that so Coach Williams doesn't hear us. But Pennington, an 80% shooter again on the season, 7 for 8 at the line tonight. And she swishes the first of these 2. She's now got 23 points, 8 in the second half.
She's just so comfortable at the line right now. A timeout by Franklin-Simpson to get their defense set up after this play. And
a timeout is taken by Coach Taylor with 38.7 on the clock. A 3-point lead, 63-60. Franklin-Simpson up. Banking on Pennington, making it a 2-possession game with the second free throw after Spidell sent us into overtime with the triple inside of 10 seconds remaining. What a game it's been. Appreciate you joining us, whether it's been on 92.3 FM, 92.3 WFKN.com, the WFKN app, or watching along on Franklin-Simpson Channel 9. Tyler Eaton, so glad to be with you. Happy to have Tavius Babb back with me. I don't know how I would have done this game alone, so I'm glad that I was able to have you down here courtside. If you're the Lady Cats defensively after this free throw, there is one priority, and it is do not foul.
Yeah, you cannot foul, especially fouling a shooter. You're going to look for Greenwood to get a quick shot after the free throw and looking to get another quick foul. You just can't turn the ball over. No silly mistakes and being dialed in these last 38 seconds.
Granted, if Pennington misses, maybe you do foul. Not this early, though. We'll get into that discussion if it becomes one. Hopefully we don't have to worry about it. AP gets the line, gets the ball at the line, and fires the free throw. Rattles it home. Pennington now with 24. 64-60 FS. Hendricks lets it roll, now picks it up and runs into the front court with 36 seconds left to go. Sprints around Harrigan, left side. Tiff plays it straight up all the way. Layup missed, but Morrison up with it. Outside Spidell, fakes the 3, now fires from deep. Off the heel, no. Harrigan chases it down for Franklin-Simpson. Pennington there waiting for it, but Harrigan fouled as she tries to pass with 21 seconds left in the overtime period.
And you would say you don't want AP to get the ball, but that's probably Tiffany is probably the last person you want to foul, especially in the backcourt shooting free throws.
Harrigan has only missed 4 free throws all year, a 91% shooter. She just made one for a 3-point play for her 7th point of this overtime. And she buries the first of these two to make it 65-60, Franklin-Simpson. What an overtime period for Tiff Harrigan. Second free throw is perfect. Give her 9 in the overtime. 66-60, Franklin-Simpson. Hendricks gives it up on the left side. Spidell being hounded by Taylor. Hendricks off a screen, into the corner, wraps baseline, floats one up, it's good with 8 seconds left to go. Taylor inbounds Pennington. She's fouled with 4.8 on the clock in a 66-62 ball game. No timeouts left for either side. AP can ice it at the line.
Yeah, you needed a 3-point shot, and there have it. Ansley Hendricks is fouled out of this game. That's her 5th foul. The Lady Gators, again, just fought their way back into this game after giving up their biggest lead, 14. And Franklin-Simpson, I mean, you hit a free throw or so, you don't foul a 3-point shooter, and you're pretty straight to win this game.
Pennington's first of these two, perfect. She's hit 8 in a row now at the line. 10 for 11 for the game. Mentioned earlier that she's this team's leading free throw shooter in terms of attempts while leading the state in 3-pointers made. She makes both, give her 26. Tandy brings it up. She'll fire one up at the horn and makes it from 10 feet off the line, because how else would this game end? It took an extra 4 minutes to get there, but the Lady Cats survive and advance to the semifinals of the girls' 4th region basketball tournament. 68-65, the final score here inside Diddle Arena. The Lady Cats await the winner of Cumberland County and Allen County Scottsville Friday night at 8 o'clock. Advancing to 22-7 on the season. Greenwood ends their season at 15-17. But what a way for the Lady Gators to go out, giving the Lady Cats everything they could handle and then some here tonight. We'll take a break. When we come back, we get you all the final numbers from this one. We'll chat with Coach Parninger, as well as our Pelican Snowballs of Franklin player of the game. Lady Cats winners tonight, 68-65 in the opening round of the 4th Region Girls Basketball Tournament. Post-game show on the way right after this on 92.3.
My favorite thing about working here is getting to serve the community and help people with their electric and their fiber internet.
We're local, so we live and work right here in Franklin, so taking care of our neighbors isn't just business, it's personal. Fiber means faster, more reliable internet for work, school, and entertainment without lag or buffering.
It's more than power and fiber, it's about peace of mind.
We're not just an electric company, we're neighbors.
We've been with Franklin Bank since '92 because we trust it.
Franklin was a great fit to help build a team and a culture that just kind of resonated with both of us.
They took a chance on us.
It's not a banking relationship, it's a personal relationship.
That's the most important thing to me about doing business with a bank, is to have trust and faith in the people you're dealing with. And the people at Franklin Bank do every bit that needs to be done to give me that feeling.
Hello, Wildcat fans. My name is Kevin Gilbert, your Simpson County corner. It has been an honor to serve you for the last 4 years as your corner. I'm a dedicated husband, father, and pop-pop. It'll be an honor to serve you for another term, and I humbly ask you for your vote on May 19th. Go Wildcats, go Lady Cats.